I'm starting this video off with this. This is what you're going to make if you want to put a GX340, GX390, 420, or 440 Duromax in your Cub Cadet shaft drive. There you go. How to over. Now, seriously, if you want a little bit more information, watch the rest of the video, but this is literally the only point of this video, is that if you make one of these, you can bolt it right in and go. Today we're going to be working on dropping this Duromax 440 into this Cub Cadet. Well, this is actually a 439 because it's propane, dual fuel, whatever, but for all intents and purposes, we're going to pretend it's a 440. Now, the previous engine, unfortunately, decided that it wanted to make connecting rod soup, which, well, there's not much we can do about that other than rebuild it later on this winter. So, we'll get back to that. But with these Cub Cadet shaft drives, they have an interesting collar system that attaches to the flywheel. So John's going to pop that off while we're talking here. On the collar, you have this assembly here that attaches to the flywheel. Once John takes this off, we're going to see there is a flywheel cup that's down on the inside. So if you cut this so that that goes down on either side, you can bolt that right directly onto there. So as you can see, it's two parts. So I've got a couple of 3-inch 5/16 bolts. And what we did for demonstration purposes is we cut the section off that has the blue right there. And then we strapped it to the side of the cup and did some horrific welding right there. And now we have an adapter for that. Now this adapter, if we come around the tractor over here, let me see. Excuse me, John. Didn't mean to knock you over. Honestly, John's just a klutz. This naturally happens. Yeah. But now we have this adapter that came with the collar that goes right there. And that should let us drive this. And we know this because we already did this with a GX340 in John's mud mower. And we've been running it for months now and beating the snot out of it and doing wheelies and all the other things that dumb teenage boys do because they don't know any better. So now I'm building one. It's my turn. When I build a mud mower, I like to minimalize everything possible. Wiring harness, no extra plastic junk that doesn't have to be there. Anything that potentially can screw with the drivetrain, I immediately remove. So we broke all of that down so that we can rebuild this. On this, I decided after looking at John's that I really like my previous design of cutting in so that these come down flush mount to right in there and then notch into this. So I'm going to go through and cut those little lips out of there so that that way it sets in better. Other note, while working on this Duromax, the 440 series is a 23mm flywheel nut. Not sure if others use that, but I just found that kind of odd. There we go. That looks much nicer. That moved everything by about 1/4 of an inch. We're going to see if things will line up now in order to be able to drop the engine in. Also, remember, if you're cutting off thread, put a sacrificial nut on so that you can back it off in order to clear your thread. So now I got to cut this one flush because as you can see, the mounting piece passes right over the top of everything. I think it would probably miss the thread, but I'm not going to take a chance. Shout out to OMB Warehouse, not a sponsor, but their big block plate is the saving grace of installing these engines. Their price on these is without question the best. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, that is amazing quality. But what it managed to go and help me do was I figured out I was lining up right here and right here, but just could never get these to drop in. So by using the plate, I figured out the fact I actually needed to go through right there. So in a perfect world, this cup, I would have to lathe it down to right about in there and then cut out in order to drop in the adapter. I'm not going to do that. I drilled a hole, and grabbed a grinder and cut 2 slots. We're done with this thing. Got a booster pack hooked up to the starter, and we'll put some choke on because it's cold today. There we go. It's that simple. I'm going to be doing a lot of customization from here on out. I haven't quite decided whether it's going to get posted on Redneck Computer Geek or whether it's going to get posted on my second YouTube channel, RCG Racing. The mud mower stuff usually ends up over on RCG Racing, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you should probably be subscribed to my second YouTube channel. And now, while John's at work, I gotta get back to bicycle, 49 cc's. Bicycle, 49 cc's. You know you dreamed about one when you were a kid. So we're working on it for John right now. It's taking a little bit. But stay tuned. There'll be another video coming up soon. Have a good day.